See that 205 has already joined. Wow, this is amazing.
I'm expecting within 10 minutes, it will cross 500.
I'm really amazed, I'm just amazed because why this particular session are people, maybe you got a good reputation for webinars. It could be that.
Right.
And of course,
And actually, this webinar is having the eminent professor and speaker, Dr. Sudhir Andrew, and
yeah.
that is the main attraction, sir.
I'm very humbled about it, really. I mean, it gives me a lot of responsibility,
Sir.
But I'll make it worthwhile. Don't worry. I'm very confident because this particular presentation has been received so very well.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to be life-changing, actually. It's actually
yes, sir,
life-changing what is going to happen.
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm seeing a lot of research scholars also. I'm seeing a lot of professors from all over the country.
Yes, sir.
And I'm glad they are here because we are going to be changing our whole outlook completely.
Yes, sir.
Rachna. Can the students see us now?
Yes, sir. Already our students.
I mean, not students, the participants. Can they see us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Bhubaneswar. So now we have Odisha also. It's really joining fast. Maharashtra state. Varanasi.
Presently, you are residing, sir, at Delhi now?
Yeah, in Gurgaon.
Gurgaon. Okay,
yes.
Sir. Yes, sir.
I'm residing in Gurgaon.
Actually, you have not remembered me, but around 10 years back, I met you at Banarasi Das Chandibala Hospitality Ensemble, New Delhi.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Your face looked familiar,
Sir.
And I've been seeing so many faces all my life. I don't, now at this stage, I can't even connect.
Sir.
It's very embarrassing, actually. But,
Sir.
But nice to meet you. Yes, I think I remember.
It was my pleasure, sir. It is my pleasure to meet you. And I will say about how I know Dr. Sudhir Andrew. I will not say now. Opening this webinar, I will say.
Well, you have brought me to everybody. That's lovely. It's a wonderful.
It's our pleasure to have Dr. Sudhir Andrew as our webinar speaker for our department.
Yeah. As per your watch, there's 5 minutes left, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
5 minutes, yeah.
Sharp 4 p.m. we'll start, sir.
We will start, yeah, because my thing might spill over beyond an hour, and so it will be worthwhile, that.
Yes, sir.
We start on time.
Yes, sir.
Himalayan Pharmacy Institute in Sikkim. Amazing. Andhra Pradesh. goodness, Sam.
Okay, sir, it's
4 o'clock.
now time to start our webinar
Okay.
with 322 participants till now. I
Very good.
expect more and more numbers within few
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah. Yes.
Very good evening to all. Before starting the webinar, I should introduce myself and my department. I am Dr. Himanshu Bhushan Raut, HOD, Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management, Mizoram University. My Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management, was established in the academic session 2019 and 20 with a vision to be a renowned institute of center of excellence at the frontiers of tourism and hospitality management education, research, consultancy, training, and development, and strengthening sustainable practices of the tourism and hospitality industry. Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management offers 2 years full-time MBA program in Tourism and Hospitality Management. The program comprises of 4 semesters, during which the students have to undertake 100 credit papers under CBCS pattern. The students need to carry out a project work during summer training on real-world problem in tourism and hospitality industry. The program built on foundation of activity-based learning model. Participants in this program will experience a challenging developmental process which builds character, competency, and confidence, and fosters the understanding of tourism and hospitality management. The program offers an integrated set of skills from the fundamental functional areas of tourism and hospitality business to the practical methods of management, tourism, and hospitality operations. The department offers specialization in 4 disciplines: tourism marketing, hospitality management, special interest tourism, and event management. The mission of my department to promote excellence in distinctive and impactful teaching, training, and development, and contemporary research in the industry. To educate and nurture leaders of tourism and hospitality industry and entrepreneurial organizations, and supporting them in their efforts of create high quality talent and value, and to contribute towards tourism and hospitality industry practice through continuous engagement with experienced faculties and prominent stakeholders, decision makers, and leaders across the globe, including government, business, non-governmental enterprises, and host communities of the tourism destinations. This is all about my department. Now, I should come to the topic why this type of webinar came to our mind to organize planning careers in the digital age and after COVID-19. Dear friends, I know within our participants, lot of students in tourism and hospitality management are present over here. Lot of faculty members of different universities, institutions, hospitality management colleges, craft institutes like this. And I know lot of speakers of different webinars, lot of experts of tourism and hospitality management are present over here. I want to start with one caption, Atithi Devo Bhava. And I know everyone knows this is a very common caption of our industry, hospitality industry or tourism industry. As per UNWTO, the tourist has been defined as one person should move from his own domicile at least 70 kilometers away from his domicile, and at least he should avail a commercial facility for 24 hours, minimum 24 hours. And why we tell the guest, so-called god of our industry, why we say the Atithi Devo Bhava, because our industry always ready to provide a godly service to every customer, and we focus on the satisfaction level of our guests. Because we know as per the satisfaction level of the guest, we can achieve our target business, we can generate revenue for our industry, and we can generate customers for future business. So, Atithi Devo Bhava. But we know everything. I don't want to discuss anything more just pre-COVID, because we know every day we are getting news, this chain of properties are opening this property at this place. And we know this person is shifting from Oberoi to Taj to ITC, ITC to Starwood, like this. So I don't want to discuss any more about the business of the hotel properties or tourism business. But after this corona pandemic, we found where there is no such word no in our industry, but now in our industry, everywhere, no to enter to any property, no to enter to any hotel room, no to enter to any restaurant, food, no to gatherings, no to banquet halls, no to travel. So if the guest is not starting his travel, if the guest is not allowed to travel by air, by train, by bus from his own domicile, then our gods are in their home only. So still I am thinking, we cannot change the caption Atithi Devo Bhava, because in other way, in spiritual way, if we will discuss, nobody has seen God, but everyone in search of God. Everyone is going to search God at temples, girja, mosques, church, and everyone trying to satisfy the God by going to the doorstep of the God. So in that way also we can think that our industry also can go to the gods, also can provide food, also can provide every sort of services to the gods. But there is one question in our mind. Is it sufficient for our industry to generate revenue, to satisfy the employees, to satisfy the profit, to satisfy the entrepreneurs, to satisfy the tourist arrivals, and to satisfy the future business? Is it sufficient to develop our sector without the gods reaching in our property, reaching to our restaurant, gods reaching to our banquet hall, pubs, disco, spa? So these all questions have come to my mind. And another big thing, big problem is nowadays, we know the students who are continuing their education in tourism and hospitality management field, they need to go one on-hand training. They should go for one internship in different properties, different travel agencies, different tour operating organizations. They should get hands-on training. But this year, unfortunately, due to this pandemic, COVID-19, we have arranged one stopgap, like we have arranged one company to provide our students virtual internship online. The they have to conduct one project online and they have to submit their thesis project report to the department and it will be evaluated by the faculty members. But is it sufficient to train one student of tourism and hospitality practically? Is it sufficient? Is it justice to the student to get good amount of knowledge, practical knowledge from the industry? So these are questions are coming to our mind. And lastly, I will not take more time because lastly, there is one question. If there is no such word no in our industry, then when the yes, yes and yes will come to wipe up this no, no and no. So for all these questions, I thought only our speaker, Honorable Dr. Sudhir Andrew, eminent professor and author, can answer all these questions, and which will be a very vital answer, which will be very beneficial for the professionals, not only in college level students, but also the professionals who are working since long in the industry, but also for the faculty members to guide other students accordingly, and those aspirants who are interested to join hospitality and tourism management in future, they also think about our industry and how to grow, how to sustain in future. But before that, before handing over to my colleague, Dr. Pankaj Kumar, I want to say how I know Dr. Sudhir Andrew. Around 20 years back when I was into IHM Bhubaneswar, the first book was issued from my library by our librarian, Mrs. Jolly Patnaik. She has handed over me one book, a front office training manual. During that time, I was not so serious about the author who has written this book, but I was a little bit serious about the chapter, about the paper. When I was going through the book, I found so nicely it was presented, so simply it was presented, and without any guidance, without consulting any teacher, I came to know about the front office operation. I understood something, some parts, and when I have searched other books, also I found some books in food and beverage management, food and beverage operations, and your housekeeping operation. So at that time, I found a single author's name, Dr. Sudhir Andrew, in front of his manuals, Dr. Sudhir Andrew in food and beverage service. Then I thought this person must be from our hospitality and tourism management background. So when I searched his biodata, then I found, and I was a little bit astonished, such an eminent personality from IIM Ahmedabad, and I found to know he was the first management graduate from IIM Ahmedabad into hospitality and tourism field. So I was a little bit glad to meet him if I will get any chance to meet him. And I got that chance around 10 years back at Banarasi Das Chandiwala Hospitality Ensemble, New Delhi. And he was delivering his speech. And after the speech, I met him and I got a very few seconds to meet him. And I was very, very happy to meet him during that time. And today I got that opportunity, and it is His Highness to accept my request to be the speaker of the webinar for Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management of Mizoram University. Thank you, sir. And now I want to request Dr. Pankaj Kumar, my colleague, to say elaborate biodata of Dr. Sudhir Andrew. I know everyone know those who are participating in this webinar, but still I want to elaborate his biodata because I know some new aspirants, new students to this field, they will be interested to know about Dr. Sudhir Andrew. Dr. Pankaj Thakur, please.
Very good evening, everyone. Respected our keynote speaker, Dr. Sudhir Andrews, and dear participant. I, Dr. Pankaj Kumar, on behalf of Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management, Mizoram University, welcome you all in this webinar. So I feel privileged to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Sudhir Andrews. Dr. Sudhir Andrews is graduated in English Literature from St. Stephen College, University of Delhi, and postgraduate program in Management from Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. His journey in the hospitality industry started with joining Oberoi Hotel in 1971. He quickly rose to head of human resource of the Oberoi Hotel and set up Oberoi Center for Learning and Development, the Oberoi Group. He also headed as a director over there. After that, he joined ITC Welcome Group as head human resource and rose to be member personnel on the divisional board. There, Dr. Andrews founded the Welcome Group Graduate School of Hotel Administration in Manipal. Dr. Sudhir Andrews joined IHM and City in the Institute of Hotel Management and Catering Technology, Pusa, Delhi, as a principal. He was on the board of the National Council of Hotel Management and Catering Technology and several IHMs of the country. He was sent on a fellowship by the Government of India to Ireland and England to bring back a model of hospitality education in India. He was also in the board of National Hotel Classification Committee, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, and also worked with several national and international organizations, including UNDP, ILO, and World Tourism Organization on educational projects. Dr. Andrews has been conferred Doctor of Literature uh, by the Open International University promoted by WHO UN, based in Colombo, Sri Lanka, for his contributions to education and merits of excellence in South Asia. He was awarded this at the World Congress of Integrated Medicines and at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia on the 25th June 2013. Dr. Andrew has a credit of serving as a director, human resource of a prestigious hotel chain, group as vice president human resource for a multinational Arab company, consultant to the ruler of Dubai, and consultant with the British HR firm. He set up the Arab Hotel School in UAE in collaboration with Hotel School Montreal, Switzerland. He also served as a Dean of Academics for École Hôtelière Lavasa, which he set up in collaboration with École Hôtelière de Lausanne, Switzerland. He has authored many textbooks and reference books for the hospitality education, which are widely referred by the budding hospitality professionals and hospitality practitioners in India and abroad. He has authored several books for the hospitality and tourism education. There are several books. I would like to take the name. The Textbook of Food and Beverage Management, Textbook of Hotel Housekeeping Management and Operations, Textbook of Front Office Management and Operation, Hotel Housekeeping Training Manual, Hotel Housekeeping, Food and Beverage Services, Hotel Front Office Training Manual, HRM, Textbook for the Hospitality Industry, Introduction to Tourism and Hospitality Industry, for Human Resource Management, Food and Beverage Services, a training manual, Sales and Marketing, a textbook for the hospitality industry. Apart of these credentials, Dr. Sudhir Andrew has been bestowed with several awards for his exemplary contribution in hospitality industry and academics. Some of the top awards are Rashtriya Gaurav Award, Rajiv Gandhi Award for Excellence, Best Citizens of India Award, International Intellectual Achievement Award, All India Business and Community Award for Educational Excellence, International Status Award, Excellence in Hospitality Education, Sri Ram Award for Best Management Thought, presented by the President of India. So, I request our eminent speaker, Dr. Sudhir Andrews sir, to enlighten us. So before going to Dr. Sudhir Andrews, I would request all the participants, please post your query or any questions into the Q&A session. At the end of the presentation, we will have a question answer session, and our eminent speaker will clear our doubts and query. So now I would over to you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Pankaj. Thank you very much. That was a long introduction, I must say. And okay, let me put my PowerPoint presentation on.
Please.
Here we go. A very good evening to all of you. I'm told that 1,190 participants have registered for this particular webinar. I am totally overwhelmed with this thing, and I feel extremely humbled by the response of all of you, and thank you for sparing your time to hear me on a very important topic. I want to thank Mr. Himanshu Bhushan Rod for inviting me and for bringing me to all of you. It's amazing that the number of people are come from every reach of India, right from Maharashtra to Andhra Pradesh to Bihar, Odisha, Sikkim, and and many more, UP, Bihar, and Delhi. And I'm so very well overwhelmed. Well, I'd like to start by saying something, that the students, the world is witnessing a very, very important crossroad in education, in education. I won't even say it in the hospitality education. And that is that the students that are there in universities and colleges are the Gen Z. These are the students who were born after 1996. And the faculty who are the young faculty who are teaching them are the Gen Y, those who were born after 1982. And both together are called the millennials. So now our education and colleges have 100% millennials there. Now the expectation of the world for the millennials is that they are going to change the way we work, the way we live, and the way we play. So I am very privileged to be talking to you all, because you're going to make a very masterful change to the world. And when you're seeing this presentation and how we should plan our careers, we should be mentally ready to keep aside the past. We have now entered the future, and therefore it needs a total different mindset. So let's not drag the past into the present, and let's think anew. Okay. The greatest thing about the millennials is that they are tech savvy. That is their passport to employment in the future, which is a great thing. And they are going to be great people tomorrow. Okay. I have been going around before the COVID-19. I've been going around various universities and colleges and addressing huge auditoriums with students and faculty. And I asked them a simple question: what is digital? And to my utter surprise, considering they're all tech savvy, nobody had the answer. They called it technology, they called it numeracy, they talked it all sorts of things, but they didn't come to what is digital. So we are now in the digital age, folks. Okay, we are in the digital age. So what does the digital age mean? What is digital? It is the transaction of information and business or commerce from screen to screen. I'll read this out again because this is important. The transaction of information and business from screen to screen. What we are doing right now is a beautiful example of digital. I am talking to a screen actually, and you're receiving me on a screen. This is digital. Now, what will happen in the future is that most transactions will be done from screen to screen. It's already happening, and we shouldn't get lost with these developments that are taking place and be prepared for them, okay? So what is so special about the digital age? The mantra of the digital age is two words: disruption and innovation. Now, these may seem very huge subjects to students, very huge words to students, and may say, my God, what is this that we have to do? But actually, for the millennials, this is very, very easy and has made life so easy. So let's look at disruption, for example. Look at the bulb in the picture. Bulbs used to be like this ever since God knows when it was in the second revolution, the electricity, then we got the bulb. Till somebody said, why should the bulb be like that, in that shape? Can't it be in different shapes? So now we see before us, and we take it for granted, the long neon lights that we have the swirly bulbs, and you go to visit Las Vegas or Hong Kong or Tokyo to see what kind of innovations the bulbs have taken, okay? So that's a disruption from the normal. So what I tell you students is that look at ordinary things around you in your life and ask your question, can it be done in a different way? Can it be done in a different way? Now, what does this mean? Now let's take, for example, a table napkin that we put on the table, right? Why does it have to be square? Why does it have to be rectangle? Can't it be another shape? Of course it can. It can be hexagonal, it can be a fan, it can be whatever your mind takes you to. So disruption is not a big word. It means that from now on, and this is where the major mindset comes in, from now on, we all have to think of disruption. Can it be done in a different way? And that's how the millennials are going to change our lives, our work, and our play, because they're coming into tremendous disruption. And from this disruption, we come to innovation. Now, a lot of people may say, oh, my parents don't have that kind of money and I don't have, no legacy. How can I make innovation? Rubbish. There is plenty of money in the country, and there are people who are looking to finance new ideas. Okay, so there are people who are willing to put up money for a new idea. There are a lot of colleges today who are actually inviting these venture capitalists, as they are called, to their campus to see the innovations and disruptions that have been created by the students. Okay, and therefore they showcase themselves, and they can get money and support for disruption that they may like. Okay, so for you millennials, it is very easy to disrupt as well as innovate, and just remember that. Now let's look at this chart. This has been a study done by the World Bank way back in 2016. The chocolate bars, I'm going to use the world of chocolate. The chocolate bars are the working age population from 2016. The mocha bars, that is the light colored bars, are the jobs that will be available by 2027. That means your lifetime, okay? Millennials' lifetime. It's not very far away, 7 years away, that's it. So our job is to see how we can stay. You can see the disparity. It's here, and and now we are 2020. You can imagine how this chocolate bar would have extended, you know. So now we are seeing that how can we keep ourselves in the mocha bar in future, and say for any reason, because changes are taking so fast, happening so fast, I fall into the chocolate bar. What do we do? Okay, these are the things we are now going to think about. How to stay in that mocha bar, and what to do if we fall into the chocolate bar. What do we do? Now, the students who are studying in higher education are so lucky. Now, in college, we all know, we have all been to college, so have I. It is considered to be a time of masti, you know. And that tradition has been going on till today. I mean, have fun in college. My dears, your time is totally different now in college. What you have to do in college is you have to walk out with, you have to turn this college time to your advantage, and therefore you're going to come up with a great idea and a business plan. This is what you're going to walk out with. So that's the major change that is going to happen. Okay, you have to do that. A good grand idea, unique idea, and also a project under your armpit. You know, these two things are going to save you in the coming, in your age. Okay, let's look at this career plan that I have. Right at the bottom is a light pink box, okay? After graduation, normally we have 4 alternatives. Alternative 1 is to join our family business, if we have one. Alternative 2 is to start our own business. And it's very easy for you to do so. Alternative 3 is to take up a job, that's the blue box. And alternative 4 is to go in for higher education, those are the green boxes. Some of you may want to go into academia, which is popular now. And fine, that's great. But there is another green box above, which says specialization. Now, I'll come to that a little later, but that's going to be a box which is going to totally be very critical in your lives, okay, in your long-term lives, specialization. Now, if you look at the blue box on the left, and you see entrepreneurship in the darker pink, there's an arrow going there and it says 11 years. That means by the time a student reaches the age of 35, they will be kicked out of the system. That's when you drop off the mocha bar. Okay, you'll drop off that system and you will start asking yourself, why would you drop out of the system? Because the people who are hiring you, the employers, firstly want to get the latest information which the universities give our students, you know. So you become outdated unless you do that specialization and upgrade yourself to stay in the mocha bar. That is very important. And therefore, that is one reason that they want to have the latest information and people with the latest skills and knowledge in their organization. The second reason is that they are very young and they are very ambitious. By the time you reach 35, it's like cricketers, when you reach 35, you are considered a veteran unless you re-engineer yourself to be a new person. So my friends, studies is something that will never leave you right through your life. Never. So get used to embrace learning from now on. It's there for you right through your life. If you stop learning, you're going to be kicked out from the employment market. That's the new thing that is happening in the state. Now, some may say, sir, can't I continue what I'm doing? Yes, there is possibilities that you can continue your career at whatever you're doing, and you can continue it, but you'll have to make a shift. You'll have to make a shift into colleges that are not colleges, but hotels and enterprises that are offbeat, out of the main big cities, and go to B and C cities, will take time to get very technology oriented. Okay, so you can continue there. Take, for example, in hotel business, you may like to go and work in a highway motel or hotel. If you see them, what beautiful places they are. They are beautiful. They have children's parks and they have all sorts of recreation and things like that. And some of them look like palaces, and they're on the highway, mind you, and they're very popular. So perhaps you can go there. They may not go into technology, they may not go into automation, they may not go into artificial intelligence. They may continue with the old way till they have to do it and things go on. But you are not in the cutting edge of the workplace tomorrow. All right. I'm going to give a gift to all students who are connected here. And the gift is a secret of success. And the secret of success of the future years is a formula of fun plus mastery plus network. Fun plus mastery plus network. Fun is that the divine has given us all a talent. There is nobody who hasn't been blessed with a talent. Now the time has come that you have to chase and make your profession from that passion, from that talent that the divine has given you. That is the second huge shift in your mindset, okay? Gone are the days when, in my time, because the options were very little, okay, you had to do engineering, you had to do medicine, you had to do MBA, you had to do all these standard things. I joined the IS, joined the IFS, police services, and so forth. But your generation has such a huge variety, and each of these variety of options that are there can be converted into million-dollar propositions, okay? So you need to think very carefully, immediately, I mean, the students, and take the help of your faculty. They are going to be your mentors for a long time, okay? And find out, what am I good at? What kind of qualities I have? And what am I good at? And start working on that. Even whatever you're studying, there are a whole lot of subjects that come when you're studying at an undergrad level and even at a postgrad level. There's a whole lot of studies you have. Now, you would like one particular subject and it becomes your favorite subject. It could be your fun, and you can pursue that and make that your career. We'll come to that. Then the second thing is mastery. There is no place in the future for also rans. You know, people also ran means that of course 100 meters there is place only gold, silver and bronze, thus, and the others are also ran. Now there is no place for also rans. You have to contribute and add value to an organization. That's it. If you are not able to give value to an organization continuously, you're out. Okay? So that means you have to gain a certain amount of mastery and competency. And finally, network. It's not the IT network, but it's not only what you know, it's also important who you know. There are people who will give you your breaks, your connections, and this is the thing of your generation and your age. Contacts, as they call it, you know. I have this contact, I have that contact, contacts. Now let's look at each of them. Let's look at fun. Look at the kind of qualities that come out of doing. If you're having fun in your profession, you lose track of time. As a matter of fact, I love writing. As you know, I've written so many books. I love teaching too. And I remember my second book, The Front Office, that Himanshu talked about. The first draft, I started at 4 in the evening. I don't know when my wife came back from work. I don't know when my children came back from play. I don't know whether I had dinner. I didn't know whether they had dinner. And I started writing and lost in that. And suddenly I heard birds cheeping. And I said, what in the middle of the night are birds cheeping? And I looked out of the window and I discovered it became morning. It really happened. And my first draft was written in those hours. I was so immersed. This is what happens when you're having fun. Okay. The next thing is you become very creative. You make friends easily. You become confident, have boundless energy. Temperature does not matter. Look at IPL. The IPL cricket match is played in the worst months in India. It is so hot. It is so humid. And they go from the cold to the heat and all that. But does it matter to the cricketers? No. Why? Because they're having fun. Okay. Then want to become better. You yourself automatically want to keep up with the latest and want to become better. Anxious to showcase yourself. I was sitting next to a cricketer, a foreigner, during the IPL, near the benches. And there was a very tight match, you know, going. It was absolutely a fantastic match, you know, tooth by tooth kind of match. And I told him, I said, listen, you must be very happy to be sitting on the bench and not out there. He said, no, I would have liked to be there. I would like to have contributed to the. That means he was anxious to showcase himself. You want to be in the mix, you know. You feel complete as a human being when you're having fun. And all of us have fun right from childhood. Let's get in touch with that fun in our careers, and you'll see how far one can go. And do not try to go into a non-fun, a thing that is not your fun, because you are then competing with people who are having their fun. It is their fun, and they are way ahead of you because they have all these qualities while you're struggling to cope with that. Okay. So there you go. Then you have the mastery. Education never stops, I said. It is a continuous thing. Continuous education, get latest certification, subscribe to journals in the field, enroll in trade associations of your field, make a network of similar experts, spend extra time free to learn the craft, download talks by experts from YouTube, explore opportunities, be flexible to change your fund. In other words, you have to become knowledge predators. I'm using a T-Rex kind of a thing. The students have to become predators of knowledge, have to get knowledge from somewhere or the other and keep on researching, keep on searching, okay? And that's how you can get excellence. Now, there's a little banner at the top says improve your English. Why I've said this is because your world is no longer going to be your campus or your gully or your colony or your city or your state or the country. Your world is the world. And just remember that. And the common language in the world, it is English, okay? So if you want to be successful and be a global partner, you will need to improve your English, okay? Maybe this is a lovely time during the COVID thing that you enroll into English classes. It's not necessary that you have the Queen's English kind of thing. No. But improve your English just to be able to be effective speaking and things like that. Okay, so that's mastery. Network. It is not only what you know, but also whom you know, which I've talked about. And you start your networking from now. Okay? You start your networking from now. And who do you start with? Your batchmates. Your own batchmates. What I would suggest to all students, make friends with your batchmates, keep in touch with them, form a group, be helpful to each other, and form your own network, okay? Because in that group, there's a few of you who are going to be great and famous. You may need their help at some time, and you may need to give help to them sometime. Now, why am I saying do it with your present batch? It should have started from school, actually, but you're in college now. So start with your batch. It's because this period that you're in college is a period of innocence, okay? It's a period of learning. You make mistakes, you witness each other's mistakes, you witness each other being pulled up by the faculty member, you witness each other's joy. And so what happens in this witnessing and learning together brings us tremendous bond. And this bond lasts forever. So when a person is become a great person, and I do expect a number of students today to be great people. And when they do become great people, the first people they would prefer to have is somebody whom they knew from college days. This is what's going to be the pattern, okay? So there's a lot of benefit to start your network there and keep in touch with your faculty, because they are going to be your mentors for the rest of your life if you want to, make it like that. Especially the faculty member who is an expert on the particular fund that you have chosen in college, okay? Now, let's look at college life. Out here, I've got a buffet. you, all of us have seen buffets. And I tell the students, instead of food here, let's look at these dishes as subjects. So you may have tourism in one subject, you may have food and beverage service in another, you may have housekeeping in another subject, you may have marketing in another subject, IT, and so forth, food production and bakery and whatever, you know. When you go to a buffet, you normally like to chuckle all these items and see which one I like. And suddenly you come across a dish that you like. And you go for the second helping. And you go for the third helping. And not only that, you start telling friends who are around you, go to that dish, it's fantastic. Okay? You have discovered your fun. It's good that you go through all these subjects, which gives you an all-round understanding of the industry you go through. But your fun just lies in one of these dishes. And choose this. And once you found that dishes, go after it like a mad person for ultimate mastery in that subject. That's the only alternative in your world. In my world, we also rans, you know, and we could go on, but not in your world. Okay. There's another concept called point casting, in which within a subject, there are several subtopics and subsubjects you'd like to choose as your career, as your specialization. Okay. So take, for example, front office. You may, instead of the whole front office, you may choose to become an expert at revenue management. Okay. And here's a tip for those who are, revenue management is a very popular sought after job. Anyway, so it could be in food production, it could be butter sculpture, it could be ice sculpture. And mind you, it is not only that, fine tuning or taking that short point as which you are having fun with, but you are playing around with it and creating something new. You're not doing something which is always there. Okay? You're experimenting and creating something new. Remember disruption. Don't forget that. You have to disrupt something that was happening in the past and you bring something new. Okay? For example, there's a student of mine who was in Dubai. See, I told you the world is at your feet. Now, this student of mine, he concentrated just on linen. You know, the bed linen that you put on the beds in the guest rooms. He went all over the world, saw the different linen, the looms, the manufacturing, blah, blah, blah. That was his mastery. And now he's the person who supplies linen to all the hotels in Dubai and elsewhere too. Though our new hotel is coming, contact this person, he'll give you the best choice of linen that you want. He's a multimillionaire now. And he used to come driving when I was in Dubai in a Jaguar car. He said, hello, sir. That's it. That's point casting. Okay. Now let's come to job. When you work. Okay. Supposing you want to work. The future work is going to be like an ODI cricket team. Now, we all know ODI cricket team, okay? India is supposed to make cricket as the other language, religion of the country. Anyway, now if you see the team out there, what are the selectors looking for? They're looking for a right-handed specialist, a left-handed specialist to open. Then you have a one down, who's a specialist. Rahul Dravid used to be the best one down. Then you have the middle order, then the wicket keeper batsman, all-rounders, that is in our world, it would mean multi-skilled. And then you have specialists in the bowlers, like the leg spin, off spin, pacer, medium pacer, blah, 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 blah. So the teams that are going to happen from tomorrow is going to be like this. They're going to be specialists in certain fields and work independently to get the organization ahead. Now, there are two words out here, talent and workhorses. Talent are those people like Rohit Sharma and Virat and Dhawan maybe and Dhoni. These are talent. That means they are the ones who actually hold the organization together, the team together. Okay, they contribute the maximum to this. And every third innings, they may come with a big score. Okay, that is talent. Now, if you had, and mind you, this talent they're all millionaires now, crorepathi's. Cricketers, they're all crorepathi's. Now, that is the value of mastery in your area of fun. That is the value. That is your achievement you can do. Okay? But then there are people who will add a 20 here and a 20 there. They may make 50 runs once in a while. They may even make a century once in a blue moon. But they are the workhorses who keep the wheels moving. Okay? They are not the ones who are going to get the best job, the best salaries, the best opportunities, blah, blah, blah. It will be sheer talent that will go forward, okay? So you have to work on your talent, the gift I told you that the divine has given you. Okay. Now, there's another thing that happens with these cricketers, and that is by the time they reach the age of 35, they are considered veterans, old, and they are retired. Whereas 35 is a very young age, let me tell you. So what happens then? They re-engineer themselves. So they become TV anchors, radio jockeys, sports writers, commentators, coaches, open academies, and so forth. They have re-engineered themselves in their field, but in a totally different role. This is what you will have to do as students of the future. And that's why I say walk out of college with a business plan under your arm, because that time will come when even at the young age of 35, when I showed you the career graph, you will be considered no longer in the front. You know, you can be retired. In that time, you have plan B that kicks in, and that is what? Your entrepreneurship, your business plan. That means what I'm saying really is that all of you have to have a business plan also. All of you can be entrepreneurs because you don't need so much of money to advertise around, big marketing budget. You just have to have digital marketing and you're there at the world. Mind you, your market is the world, not the gully or the city only, and the country. So there are a lot of opportunities for you people, okay? So that is the way organizations are going to be. Now let's look at organizations of my time and even till now. There are too many levels of people: top management, senior management, junior management, supervisors, skilled staffs, semi-skilled staff, apprentices, trainees. And a person has to work their whole lifetime to get from the trainee to the top. Okay, so what is viewed and valued in a structure like the pyramidal structure is the position. So in society, say, I'm manager, I'm general manager, I'm so and so. That used to be the currency, okay, in the industrial age of the past, hierarchical pyramids. But in your world, organizations are going to be like this, the inverted structure, okay, the inverted pyramid. They're going to have 3 levels only. They're going to give the frontline who are in touch with the customer the full empowerment, the full decision-making permission, okay? They are the ones who create customer delight. So they're very important. Organizations don't give us salary and are listening. It is the customer who does that. And let's get to understand that. Our job is not to just go through the day and say I've done my, routine kind of stuff. The time has come when you have to make the customer want your organization and to deal with your organization more and more. That's your job, the front line. Then the front line, and mind you, the front line is not like the Susies who's at the reception today in the hotel. No, they are a new breed of people called knowledge workers. And I'll show you just now. Then you have the technicals support, who would be your digital marketing people, your human resource people, IT people, and so on and so forth. They are the masters in their field. They may be even earning more than the general manager or whoever, because of their skill and mastery. Okay. Today, I mean, the IT team of Mizo University, they are the ones whom we are all depending on now. They are the experts, right? Without them, what would we do? Would we have this webinar? No, they are the ones who are making things happen. So like that. The technical support is supposed to give the frontline staff all the backing to be able to perform and give customer delight. And finally, we come to leadership right at the bottom. No, it's not that they report to the frontline staff and technical staff. No, no, no. The leadership right at the bottom there's a new concept called servant leadership, okay? The new concept of leadership is servant leadership. Servant leadership means that I'm not going to get involved in the operations of things. I'm going to create and create the right environment for my people to work optimally and to be are fully skilled. So I'll train them, I'll give them the right empowerment, I'll give them the right delegation, and so forth. And the leadership of tomorrow is not going to be somebody who's come up the ranks of a hotelier who's a leader. Today, the general manager of a hotel is a business manager, because hotels are big, I mean, they're just like a company, So they have to be business managers. So now let's look at the roles of all these people and let's look at the competencies that are required. Who are the frontline? Any employee in direct or indirect contact with the paying customers, okay? Now, look at what is going to be the role of the frontline people, those people who want to be in the frontline, okay? That means in touch with the customer, simple. Operational planning and budgeting, scheduling and team allocation, accountability for results through customer delight. So management is going to ask them, how many customers did you bring us? Or repeat customers, loyal customers. Monitoring results and self-audit, problem solving, teamwork, also with outsourced teams, that's a very important thing I'm going to tell you, and maintaining service standards. Okay, this is the role of the frontline of tomorrow. But don't be worried that, oh my God, I have to do operational planning and budgeting and auditing. How do I do that, sir? We are not taught that in the undergrad. No, my dear friends. These things are going to be done by software and apps. Okay? The software is going to do. That is why you are important, because you're supposed to be tech savvy and be able to adapt to these new softwares that are coming into the technological world. So the budgeting, the planning, self-audit, the audit, problem solving, all this is going to be done by software. So you are people who are actually managing your customer delight through a plethora of softwares that you have to operate. Okay? So don't be scared that these things are not there, because I have full confidence, being tech savvy, you will be able to learn these things, okay? And be able to navigate yourselves through the technological introductions that are there. But look at the competencies. What do you have to have? And right on the first thing for a frontline person is a smile. It's amazing. There are people who have a natural smile. When I used to go and recruit, when I was in the OCLD, it was called the Oberoi Hotel School before. I used to, and the students used to walk in for a job. First thing I used to see, are they smiling when they enter? I mean, an interview is a tough and anxious thing, and to be able to smile in that kind of an environment is tough. Anyway, so smile is very, so anyone who does not have a smile, you forget going to the front line. Okay, just forget it. Now you go into looking at the technical support. I'm serious. Self-managing. Now the thing is that we children in India are very badly spoiled. There's somebody who wakes us up in the morning. There's somebody who gives us our tea or milk or juice in the morning. There's somebody who puts on our geyser. There's somebody who makes our bed. Somebody who irons our clothes. Somebody who makes our breakfast. How dependent we are. We are absolutely useless to the world because you are totally dependent on others to do things for you. So my appeal to all of today's students, and please help and of course the faculty are going to help them in that process, do things yourself. Make your own beds at home, settle your own cupboards. I have a lot of stories about, funny stories about students coming in, mothers wanting to help them settle in the hostel. Anyway, so learn to be self-managing because nobody's going to help you. You have to manage yourself in a work environment. How do I know this? I worked for the Sheikh of Dubai, okay, Sheikh Mohammed. And he had an executive office, which I was a member of. And everybody did their thing. And nobody, if you ask for help and say, I'm busy here. Everybody is into their own thing. So you have to navigate yourself to get the answers to everything and everything that you want to do. Then you have to be relational, good with people, service-oriented, tech-savvy, which you are, creative problem solvers, well-groomed, and self-disciplined. Okay? Skills are there, which most of these will be done by artificial intelligence. Okay, so that is the frontline people, a totally new breed of people. The role of the, yeah, I told you the role anyway. Yeah, who's a specialist now? The people who are the specialists at the second layer. It's not that they are in the second layer. It's just an area of support that they are very, very capable. And ultimate authority in a specialized field. So please, in your mind, I talked about fun and mastery. In your mind, I want you to think of being the ultimate authority on it. Okay, mastery. There is no place for also rans. Okay, organizations are not going to train you. Okay, you are not going to go with a begging bowl and say, please train me. That age is my age. Your age is, this is what I got, give me your price. That is your age. Okay, now support staff competencies, highest qualifications in the field, continuous learning, upgraded certificates, quality execution, add value to frontline staff, creative problem solvers, innovators, and adaptive to new technologies. They will have to be adaptive continuously because technology is changing, new models are coming out, some new thing update. You see in a mobile itself, update, update, update. That means how often those updates keep coming. That means every few days, there's a new update. So that updating has to be learned, you know, and continuous learning will have to be there. All right. And leadership is totally different. The leadership given here will tell you that it is totally different from what a typical general manager was yesterday. Okay, there's nothing to do with operations, hotel operations. Okay, so there are all these things like finance and money markets, mergers and acquisitions, then government liaison and CSR and all those, they were created about all those things. Okay, corporate communications, innovations, ideas. Okay, so that is the leadership team. And their competencies are envisioning, they don't get involved in operations, as I told you, strategic planning, motivating and inspiring, managing change, legal knowledge and compliance, performance management, basic technical knowledge, soft skills, and social engagement, conflict resolution, and all that. Soft skills are very, very important. Okay, I'll tell you why soon. So this is the leadership. Now let's look at the job scenario, given all this background that you are in the digital world. Let's look at our scenario after COVID-19. Okay. There are 3 things that you have to learn. One is a unique skill, that is your fun, while you're in college. And not only that, you're going to get a mastery of it in college. Nobody's going to train you outside college. Or your generation are very good at taking sabbaticals to improve your, that's where the specialization comes in. I showed you that green box. Because you may take a sabbatical and after college and say, I'm not satisfied with my level, I will go and do a specialization course. I'll give you an example of one of my students. Her fun was this cuisine, Thai cuisine. Okay, that was her fun. So she went on a sabbatical. She went to Thailand. She worked in a genuine Thai restaurant, learned all the tricks of the trade, the masalas, whatever goes into that, and came back and started her own business. Okay. And she comes on TV, gives demonstrations at big functions and all that. That's it. Another boy, he wanted to open a chocolate factory. He loved chocolates. That was his fun. So he learned French because the factories in Switzerland and France are all, particularly Switzerland, speak French. Okay, so he learned the French, took the sabbatical, specialized in French language, and went and worked in those factories, and came back and started his own chocolates. Okay, so here is some examples I'm giving. So unique skill means that if you haven't attained there are a couple of things that you have to know, you have to do. One is you have to identify your fun, okay, in college. You can take the help of your faculty to help you in that, what you're good at. Looking at your total personality, okay? Then you have to learn the skill and master it. Now, it's quite possible the mastery will not be achieved completely during your college life. So you'll take a specialization and take a sabbatical before entering the job. You have to have a unique skill if you want a job. Because I've spoken to industry people, they are open to recruitment, mind you. It's very interesting. They said, yes, we will take, but we will not come on to campuses. We'll do everything on digital. Okay, so your interviews, your tests, and your skill will be demonstrated through this digital stream. Okay, soft skills, I told you, your communication skills, your team building skills, your working with other skills, and problem solving, time management. Some of these things are the soft skills. And by the way, you can learn these soft skills right now while you are at home. When at home, we always used to say, we don't have time to do. Now you have all the time. Please, if anybody hasn't walked out of this COVID lockdown without a special skill, then I think they have not a chance in the future. They learn a language, learn a skill, learn about time management. Either you can do online courses or you can read. There's plenty of material on the web on time management. So self-learning, mind you, being yourself. Nobody's going to feed you with this, okay? And finally, an entrepreneurial skill. I recommend to all colleges that they must have an entrepreneurial course. I'm sure they do, but if they don't, they should introduce it, because a student will have to, in that course, will have to actually do a business plan, a research on something they would like to do to start a business, okay? And they walk out, by the time they walk out in the fourth year, they have this plan duly shown, and you can show it to experts in the industry. Does this plan look good? And walk out with that plan. These are the three things you have to do, okay, to be successful. Then the recruitment process, as I said, is interviewing, testing, and demonstrable skills. Now, interviewing is a very, very skillful thing. People sometimes just walk in for an interview and have not a clue of how to conduct themselves an interview. I've been a little cheeky here, and I put my picture of my book that I've written on succeeding at interviews. Please get hold of it and read it, because the interviews are going to be done online. So you will say, okay, I don't mind if I'm in my pajamas, but above, I'll wear my jacket and tie and all that and look handsome. Okay. No, because the interviewer is also very smart and will say, could you kindly get up and walk a little distance? I'd like to see you in total. And if you're wearing chappals and all that. Okay, so please study. You have to exude your personality online, which is a tough thing, mind you. So please work during this time on your interview processes. And testing, every organization have their own psychometric testing and things like that. Now, here comes a very important thing called a demonstrable skill. I'm going to show you a clip. How am I doing with time, Himanshu? Can I carry on? Pankaj, can I carry on? You will have.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, okay, good. Because I want to show them a clip that they have to develop before they come out of the college, okay? You have to show a clip, a video clip of you doing your skill, whatever it is. And they want a demonstrable skill that will add value to their organization. That's tough, okay? A demonstrable skill that will add value to the organization. Right. You know, though, in America, they don't say hospitality industry. They call it lodging industry, okay? Lodging industry means that they are only going to concentrate on room business. And the rest of the things like food and beverage service, bartending, salons, events, whatever will be done by outsourced services. And that's how they will, this is called, in management terms, making fixed costs into variable costs, okay? That's the mantra for business now, is to change their fixed costs into variable costs. And one of the way of changing the fixed costs into variable costs is to get into an outsourced business. It's already started in Dubai. It was there in France when I went there. It was there in Canada when I went there. It was there in the USA when I went there. That means the world are using outsourced services. So that's very important. And if you see the fourth thing on this chart is called owners of outsourced services. So what they're doing is that the hotels will go into the leasing business. They will open a restaurant or space for a restaurant with an attached kitchen and all that. That's part of the construction. But they will get somebody else to operate that restaurant, okay? It will not be furnished. That person, it can be a branded restaurant that can come and they bring in their own furniture and do it on their own style. This is what is going to happen. So they're going into the leasing business, and the leasing is that, so you need an estate manager who can make out the contracts and all that thing. Then I put it here, banquet coordinator, but actually it's an events manager. Concierge, maintenance engineers, IT specialists, and chefs. Of course, housekeeping is also important, but again, that can be a outsourced service. Now, let's look at your entrepreneurship as to what you can do. Okay, now business. Look at this chart. If you have cameras, the students, if you have cameras, you can take a picture of this, because these are the kind of outsourced services that you can think of if you have fun in it. Your fun, okay? This is for the hospitality world. So to give you an example, when I was in Calgary, there was this couple. They had a little van, they had a carpet shampooing machine in it, They used to go from, very smart couple, they used to go from hotel to meet the housekeeper. Do you have any carpet shampoo? Yeah, I've got 2-3 rooms. They used to go and do the carpet shampoo for those rooms themselves. They used to do it on themselves and go from and make money, money. That's the way your world is going to be. You can do something very small but important, a service you can provide, which is very small. And then chandelier cleaning and all that. So please look at this. Pest control is very important. It's not that you're going to carry a dish, a tank on the back and do push, 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 push. No, you will have people who do that, but that's your business. And now with COVID, it's a very important business. Kitchen equipment, bar management. I told you about linen, which my student did. Housekeeping is here. Hotel supplies are there. Security services, even. There's plenty of opportunity to do outsourced business. And the hotel industry, India will have to catch up because that's the way forward. Now that the liquidity and all is there, they have to convert their fixed costs into variable costs. Okay, so there you go. Here is a whole lot of choices for you as to what kind of businesses you can get into. Now, there's another thing about people who do tourism and hospitality, and that is their skills, especially the soft skills that they have developed, can be transferred to other industries. And it's very surprising that many industries are now opting, other industries are now opting for hotel management students because they have the necessary training and all that. So hospitals, retails, malls, airlines, guest houses, highway motels, cruise lines, cinema halls, I don't know if it's going to last, but food courts, catering services, resorts, restaurants and bars. You can own your own guest house. You could own your own bed and breakfast. Just with 2 rooms, you can give it to Oyo or somebody and say, please market it for me. Food journalism, academia and research. Okay. So these are the transferable skills that are there. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you a little clip. It's a very short clip, not very long. And I want all the students, and the faculty can please help them, to produce a clip of their skill that they are offering to the industry. Okay, people are now wanting skills, not generalizations. Okay, skills, specifics. Now, this is a girl who's skillful in her bartending. Now, if I had to see a clip like this, and I was the general manager or the human resource manager, I would give her a job any day. And she can name her price. Now, all the students are requested to produce a clip, and since you're tech savvy, you can do it with music in the background, whatever you want, okay? But the student has to be doing it, cannot get somebody else to do it and say, I've done. So just have a look at this clip, and then we'll have questions and answers. This is the end of my, where is my mouse gone? I've lost my mouse. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Okay, there you go. Of course, this may seem a little bit on the top, but this is the new age. This is digital age. And what is going to happen is you're looking for a job, you will have to create like this, because it will have to be on digital, a clip showing your skill.
So from
Now
this,
I'm open to questions, okay? There are 27 questions. Would you read them out, or would you like me to read it out?
sir, actually from those questions, some questions are shortlisted by my colleague, Dr. Rajdeep Dev. Now,
Okay, okay,
he will ask you all those questions and you have to answer, sir. Thank you,
all
sir.
right. Okay, great, great. You've done the job for me. Who's going to ask me the questions? I can't hear you. Yeah,
Good evening, sir.
good evening.
So due to time constraints, I really apologize for not taking all the questions.
Okay,
Just take a couple of questions.
yeah.
Okay. So there is a question from Mr. Pranav. He wants to know that his question is, sir, your books are based on old techniques in hospitality. Would you see any latest edition with modern POS and softwares?
I'm not a techie like you guys are. Now that, with the latest softwares and all that, you will have to do it. I'm giving you a legacy that you have to continue. Yes, I'm coming out with the fourth edition of all my books, and I will be bringing the latest practices, like I've spoken here, as to what you people will have to do. But as far as the softwares and things, no, I'm not a techie. So maybe one of you can turn that into your opportunity. Okay, next question.
So next question is from how digitalization is going to help with unemployment. How digitization is going to help with unemployment.
Okay. What is happening is that there's what will people do is the question. Now, why have that mocha bar become so small? Is because automation has come in, okay? So you are going to have a lot of specializations there. So the question happens that what do I do after that? So unemployment, that's what I say to you students. You're so lucky being in the higher education, to get the opportunity in the higher education, because in the chocolate bar that I showed you, you have people who have passed out of 8th class, 10th class, 12th class, maybe in first year and dropped out. Okay, but you have an advantage over all of them because you are in a higher education. Now you have to take this higher education and turn it around for yourselves and be a difference. And that difference is going to be you having a plan B, which is an entrepreneurial venture. Let me tell you, then coming to you, your question, what about all those 8th class and so? They will start their own businesses too in this. They will also do a lot of businesses on their mobiles, okay? Home delivery services, whatever, okay? But they will all go into businesses or have to sacrifice and do, shall I say, service jobs, which like delivering food from a Zomato or something to your house, those kind of jobs they will take, or at petrol pumps and things like that, okay? So there will be jobs that people will have to get into. And there's something, another thing that needs to worry, that 128 million youth are lined up to come into the cities. They want to leave their agricultural life and come into the city. So we are going to have a serious problem, really. But what will happen is you'll have to start using your talent, your ingenuity, disruption, and innovation. Next.
So the last question for the day is,
yeah.
So how has COVID-19 changed our confidence in getting the right jobs?
It depends on what you call right jobs. Your definition of a right job. You are thinking from the point of view, that's the old thinking. That's what I want you to change. You are thinking that I'll finish my thesis and like before campus interviews, they will train me and all that. Industry has changed, my friends, because of COVID-19. They have to now select, they'll have to work with lean because now you have to do social distancing. You cannot have that number of people. So, you know, in your workplace. So if you want to be a part of the team, you have to be somebody special. That's it. So you have to change. What do you think I said this whole presentation? To change your mindset completely right away. And that's the only way for you. Yes, the industry will want youth. Firstly, you're cheaper. You'll come in cheaper because that's one of their cost-cutting things. They don't want to have the heavy expenses of their old timers. And you people are cheaper and also tech savvy because they are bringing in automation and artificial intelligence. So you'll be very valuable to them. Remember, your passport is your tech savviness. Keep in touch with them and be in touch with what latest developments are there. With that, I would like to thank all of you and for being so patient and listening to me. It was a joy, and thank you for coming and listening to my talk. God bless you all.
So we have come to the end of today's webinar. I, Dr. Rajdeep Dev, Assistant Professor, Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management, take this opportunity to convey our sincere thanks and gratitude to all the stakeholders who have joined this webinar and made it a successful and effective one. So I would like to, first of all, at the very outset, we would like to convey our heartfelt thanks and gratitude to you, Dr. Sudhir Andrews, that you have come to our webinar and have blessed us with your mundane knowledge and experience. Sir, we are really blessed to have you on the webinar. So also we are thankful to all the participants across the country from different institutes they have joined this webinar. My sincere thanks goes to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, our Dean Sir, and others for their continuous motivation and guidance in this regard that stimulated us to conduct such kind of programs. I also feel that my graduate and this system administrator goes to our system administrator that he has provided us with all kinds of technical supports because of which it has been possible. And last but not the least, my vote of thanks won't be complete without mentioning two names. Our HOD sir, Dr. Himanshu Bhushan Rao, and my colleague, Dr. Pankaj Kumar, who have totally conceptualized this particular webinar. So I again thank you all, and my special thanks to again Dr. Sudhir Andrews sir. Good night.
Good night, and thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
God bless.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.